Universe, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your reading. So, this reading is the for singles. So this reading is called the Will Strictly Singles Find True Love in the Next 6 months? So between now and the end of July 2018. Now I wanted to do this reading because a lot of people really love the Strictly Singles readings. And they're going to be on the YouTube channel on a monthly basis because singles don't often get catered to, which is a shame. But I want you to be warned about these readings because a lot of the Strictly Singles that I've been doing, it hasn't been a clear run. Some of the signs are showing people who are still from the past and they're still around, or people who are still literally around, who come in and who seem to kind of upset the apple cart a little bit. So just be aware of that. They're really good readings, and what I've found with the universe, just to give you a little bit of a heads up on this, I mean, I do readings, a lot of readings, every month, hundreds of readings for hundreds of clients, lots and lots of clients. But the thing is, like, I'll have clients come through and they'll say, Carol, is true love coming in for me? Which is where I got the idea for this one, for the channel. And on a lot of those readings, it shows that the client is still in love with someone. And for a particular client, it really did show it. And I says, you know, there's somebody who's showing up very strongly here. He showed up in the centre of the reading, the presence. I could tell that the client was thinking about, but I could also tell the client was annoyed by the character as well, very annoyed by the character. So, and what I had to do was relate that to the client, Taurus. So I couldn't, you know, the thing with the tarot, don't try and put a square peg into a round hole. So if the client asks you, if you want to get into tarot, guys, you want to read for people, if you want to get into tarot, want to read for people, never ever get a reading. And if that reading, because the reading was strongly telling me that this person resented someone and that was still on that person's mind. And it showed that this person wouldn't be having love coming in until they release this individual. And when I had to give the person the findings, I had to tell the client, I had to say, you know what, this is what's been showing up, I'm sorry, but this is what the tarot has. So sometimes the tarot will come through and it'll say, look, before you can have what you want to have, there's something you need to do before that can occur. And the tarot is serious. This is serious shit, guys. And I related it to the client. I had no choice. I can't put a square peg into a round hole. I can't tell the client that they've got love coming in when the universe is saying, well, you've got to shift this other person before you can have that coming in. The person wrote back to me and they said, you know what, Carol, you're absolutely right. It's amazing that that came through. It's obvious the universe has a very important message for me. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys about this tarot business. Okay, you do readings for private clients. They'll ask a question, something else will come through. You've got to tell the client what it is that you found, what is coming through. Because more than likely it's that they need to know rather than the other thing. So if something other than this comes through on this reading, I'm sorry, but it's just what it is. And I have to follow what the universe is trying to give to you. I hope you understand that. But hopefully you guys will be rid of blockage. One of the signs I've just read for showed that they were fine. They were getting on with life fine. They were going for it. They were good. They were completely clear, blockage free. Unfortunately, the universe decided it was going to send this person, it was going to send that sign in another test from an ex. Interesting. Anyway, we're going to see, Taurus, what's coming up for you guys, you single, strictly single Taurus people and love for the next 6 months. We're using the Barbara Moore Tarot, Tarot Made Easy deck for the reading, and we're also going to use the Doreen Virtue, the Romance Angels deck for the advice, okay, at the end. So, Universe Spirit, show me what's coming in for Taurus. Show me Taurus. I want to see strictly singles. What's coming in for strictly single Taurus people in love? Show me strictly single Taurus people in love. What's coming in for strictly single Taurus people in love? Show me what's coming in. What's coming in love-wise for strictly single Taurus people in love? Oopsie daisy. What's coming in for strictly single Taurus people in love over the next 6 months? I want to see, let me pose the question again to universe. Is true love coming in for strictly single Taurus people in the next 6 months? Is true love coming in for strictly single Taurus people in love? Is true love coming in for strictly single Taurus people over the next 6 months? Will true love come in? Is true love coming in for strictly single Taurus people and love? Show me. So we've shuffled the cards. We're going to split the deck into 3. 1, 2, 3. Collect that back up, guys, like so, and we're going to have a look. So the 3 of coins in the reverse. Some of you guys right now, the energy around you might be that there's nothing cooking at the minute. Three of Coins in the reverse means that you're not being recognised by others. Nobody's really looking at you. Nobody's really noticing you. So some of you guys, it might be that at the moment you feel slightly invisible with this Three of Coins in the reverse. Some of you guys, it might be that you've gone through a divorce recently, or it might be that you've deactivated a partnership recently, because the Three of Coins in the reverse, when it comes to love, this is deactivating of partnerships. Sometimes this is leaving a third party situation. Sometimes this card can represent a separation, possibly could be divorce. Maybe you're moving out of a house that you lived in with an individual, for some of you guys, pulling out of a deal. And for some of you guys, the Three of Coins, because in the upright it means being recognised. This is the person here that's being recognised by others. In the reverse, this can say, well, I don't feel that, I feel that I'm invisible. So some of you guys right now might be feeling that you're invisible. Or you simply might not be looking, because this is the card of watching. And in the upright, in the reverse, you're not watching. So some of you guys simply won't be looking for love. What is your challenge? This came up for another sign, actually, and it's reversed. And whenever I do a new reading for a new sign, I always turn all the cards back upright, then reverse them again, because I clear the deck of the previous readings, you see. And this has come up again. This was, I think Gemini had this. The Empress reverse. Your challenge is the Empress reverse. Some of you guys, Empresses is interesting. I think if you don't feel recognised, it might be something to do with your own confidence as an Empress reverse. Empress reverse, a lot of people don't read the Empress reverse as being feeling ugly or feeling unattractive, but she can be, because in the upright she's really beautiful and really attractive. This is the card that you want to go to for somebody who's gorgeous. In the reverse, it might be you don't feel that way. Maybe that's your challenge, feeling the Empress in the reverse, not feeling good. For some of you guys, it might be that you have deactivated a relationship, you've left a partnership. The challenge might have been somebody wasn't loving, they weren't caring enough. For some, and I don't think it's that there is a lack of, I mean, it might be a lack of recognition as well, but this would have to be somebody that you were very close to or recently linked with, because it's showing an Empress reversed. Let's have a look at what the root issue is for you guys. Well, there has been severance. Five of Swords is the reason for this. I think that you guys cut ties with an individual. There could have been a third party situation. Five of Swords is another one of those cards that can show third parties. This person is usually cutting out two people who have been seeing each other behind their back. So there could have been a third party situation for some of you Taurians with that Five of Swords. Other than that, I feel that there could have been conflicts and arguments in a relationship with that Five of Swords, hence looking to cut it out and deactivate the partnership here. It might be that somebody was quite cruel. Empress reverse can show people that are very, very cruel. In the recent past, Taurus, you guys though, Nine of Wands in the reverse, ready to let down your guard. You're ready and you're open. You're not waiting around. I think you've done and dusted with someone here in this reading. As a result of that, the most likely outcome for love coming in for you guys, well, the Ten of Swords. Well, I think that a phase is definitely at a close here. I'd like to see another card come up that shows a new beginning. Maybe an ace of wands perhaps, an ace of cups perhaps. Would be quite nice. But there is an ending of a phase coming here, I think, with this Ten of Swords. I wouldn't say it's a no, I would say that there's an ending of some form of a phase. Coming in, what you're going to experience is the King of Pentacles in the reverse. This could be you, because you are Taurus. And this would be somebody, you know, this is, I don't want a, if this is you, Taurus, you're not looking for a, you know, you're not looking for a long-term relationship, because King of Pentacles is a fairly superficial guy and he's just looking for pleasure. So if this is you, Taurus, you're probably just going to be looking for pleasure going forward in relationships. If this is somebody else, be careful of this dude, because this person is very status-driven as an individual and highly superficial, very sexual as a kind of individual. It's all right if you're not looking for a commitment, then this dude will be fine for you. But if you are, then probably not. Right now, you guys are the Magician reversed, okay? So I feel that you do feel a lack of confidence right now, because the Magician in the reverse is... See, this is the external factor. This is the you now, and I can't read it. If I were to read it as an external factor, it would say that it was somebody who was being dishonest around you. But I think I have to read this as who you are at the moment. You are showing as the Magician in the reverse. So you might not be ready to start anything with this Magician in the reverse. You might be feeling a lack of confidence for some of you Taurians. And as a result of that, the focus is on the Three of Coins. I think this is more about you guys not looking for love with the Three of Coins. Because the Three of Coins in the upright can mean, well, you're going out and you're socialising and you are looking for love. In the reverse, this is I'm not looking for love. You know, I'm not looking to be noticed and I'm not looking to notice anyone. I think because you're lacking confidence at the moment, you're lacking the willpower as well with that Magician, the drive. I think that you are not looking for love here with the Three of Coins in the reverse. And I think it's because the root issue is you severed ties with an individual here. And I feel that as a result of that, the Nine of Wands, you have in the recent past just overcome that situation with that Nine of Wands in the reverse, okay? Because this person was a bit of a douchebag. They were unkind. They might have been very cruel with the Empress. They lacked any type of empathy or sympathy or care or nurturing or any of those things. And I think as a result of that, this you're at the ending of a phase here with the Ten of Swords, or this situation is completely over. There is somebody coming in. This is either you or this is somebody coming in here. I only say that because it's a Taurus card, King of Pentacles. But this could easily be another earth sign, or this can be somebody who is not focused on a long-term relationship. They're just focused on maybe dating, having a lot of pleasure, sex, going out, having a good time. But they're not necessarily looking for a lifelong partner. What you're going to experience coming in, though, is a friendship perhaps with that person, the Three of Cups, which is nice, because Three of Cups is a friendship. This is about going out, socialise. You might experience a third-party situation, but Three of Cups is also about a good friendship as well. You're hoping for a King of Cups. You're hoping for somebody who's kind. You're hoping for somebody who's going to be really loving, because the King of Cups in the upright is very different from the King of Pentacles reversed. This is somebody who isn't status driven. Their motivation for relationships is purely love. This person's motivation for a relationship can be money. It can be the material. It can be, how does my partner look? It can be, you know, are they tall, blonde haired, blue eyed with legs up to their armpits? Do they make me look good, for example? I just want to have good sex with them. I just want to have a good time, but I don't want anything too strenuous, too committed. And what's the outcome from this? Well, it's not going to work really, is it? You've got a Four of Wands reversed. Alright, so there's no kind of happy ever after. There's no successful venture with the Four of Wands in the reverse. There's no happy ever after as a result. I think you're going to have a good time with whoever this person is, but I don't see it lasting with the Four of Wands in the reverse. I think you might have a fling with an individual coming in. Let's get why you guys are the Magician in the reverse. Why is Taurus the Magician in the reverse? Why is Taurus showing as being the Magician reversed? Right, because you've been heartbroken, okay? So you're showing us, and I remember I'm reading this as you. This is the position I would read as being the client. Who is the client? You're showing us a Magician in the reverse, all right? So not unless you're the one that's a liar and you've been dealing in third-party situation, because Magician in the reverse is also a con man, and Three of Swords is about a third-party situation, somebody who lies, somebody who's been hurting someone maybe with a third party. So, you know, if it was an external factor, you would have had somebody around you that would have hurt you, that have lied about a third-party situation, that have been sleeping with someone or seeing someone behind your back. And it could be the external factors are that for some of you guys, but I'm reading this as you, Taurus, and I have to stick with what areas I have in this reading. So I'm reading, Taurus, you guys are the Magician reversed, and you're the Magician reversed because I think that you lack the willpower, and I think that you lack confidence at the moment for some of you guys, because you have been hurt with the Three of Swords. Showing here, Three of Swords shows that somebody hurt you. I think somebody hurt you. I think somebody might have even cheated on you with that Three of Swords, because I can see here the root issue is the Five of Swords. And let's have a look at why the root issue is the Five of Swords. So I'm seeing that there was severance here. You might have cut this person out when you found out that they were seeing someone else. Okay, I think you cut somebody out and you moved on with the Four of Cups in the reverse. Alright, because the Five of Swords says, well, the Five of Swords, the root issue is Five of Swords. I have to cut this person out. I think you cut this person out because they might have been seeing somebody else, and I think you moved on. Four of Cups in the reverse says, I give up on this opportunity, on this situation, and I'm going to transition and move on. So I think you cut somebody out, and I think you moved on with that Four of Cups energy in the root issue. And as a result of that, you have experienced the Nine of Wands in the recent past in the reverse. I want to see why you've experienced the Nine of Wands in the recent past. Okay, the Tower. Okay, so I feel here that because the Tower is the instability card, and it's also the breakup card, you've experienced the Nine of Wands in the reverse. I think that, because for me the Nine of Wands in the reverse is all about letting go of anxiety. So I feel that there has been a release of anxiety here in the recent past, as this Tower, as this foundation, as this relationship has crumbled with that Tower energy. Because the Tower is about something that something has been exposed, because Tower can show an exposure as something that's being exposed to the client as well. So I think that you know what I think's happened here in the recent past? You've been able to accept this situation. You've accepted that the relationship is over, and it's something that cannot be rebuilt with that Tower. So I think that you guys have accepted with that Nine of Wands in the reverse that this relationship is definitely over. Because your challenge is this Empress reverse. And I'm going to see that why this challenge is the Empress in the reverse. There's an Emperor here. So you've got an Empress and an Emperor sitting next door to each other. Well, the Empress in the reverse is, and I don't think that these are two people that are your challenge. I think that this card is informing this one. So this Emperor here, Emperors usually use their authority and they use their, their dominion to get what they want. This person is a challenge to you. The Empress in the reverse is a challenge to you because of an Emperor. Okay, and I think that I think the Emperor is real. I think these are, I'm going to read these as energies. I think that you guys wanted to build a very strong and stable relationship, because the Emperor cards, when they show up, they can talk about building trust and building very strong, stable environments of love. And I think that this is a challenge. The Empress is a challenge because this person was kind of not particularly interested. I don't think they were interested in building and creating, in nurturing your relationship. I think also, to be honest with you, I think they were stuck in their ways. Empress shows people who are resilient to change, and they're often stuck in their ways. I think your challenge is an Empress in the reverse, somebody who was quite cold, quite clinical, could have been unkind, didn't want to nurture a relationship. I think it's because with the Emperor energy, it might have been something to do with their status. It might be something to do with the fact that they might have already been married, with the Emperor showing as a married individual. It might be they didn't want to nurture the relationship because they were already married with the Emperor. It might be something to do with children, they had children. It might also be something to do with social factors, status, religion, work, whatever it is. Religion isn't usually the Emperor. Usually Hierophant is a religious card, but this is something maybe to do with their social status. They might have already been married, this Emperor, or it might have simply been that they had a certain idea of what they wanted from love and they weren't willing to deviate from it. So I think you had a problem with somebody coming down from what they already had, changing. I think you had a problem. The challenge was somebody who couldn't change who they were because they were married, or they already had a partner, or it was some form of social reason. And as a result of that, the energies around you guys in February 2000, well, not February, the energies around you guys in the next 6 months in terms of love are the Three of Coins in the reverse. And I'm going to see why the Three of Coins in the reverse is here. The Four of Coins. Okay, so I feel that the energies around you guys are, you're not going to be necessarily looking for love, because I think that what you're doing with this Four of Coins energy is you're deciding just to protect yourself, just to look out for yourself, looking out for number one. I'm seeing that Taurus is just simply going to look out for number one, because the Four of Coins is all about protecting oneself. It's about putting those barriers up. So I feel that you guys won't be necessarily looking to amalgamate yourself in terms of socializing to find love, because I think that you're going to be looking out for number one. This is also, I think, because these are Earth cards, this is definitely you. And I think that you're really going to be looking out for number one. And as a result of that, the most likely outcome for true love coming in is the Ten of Swords. And let's have a look at why we've got the Ten of Swords here. The Hanged Man. Okay, so I think that this situation here, the hurt that you experience with this individual has basically kept you guys in limbo. It's going to keep you in limbo for a while, because I think that you're trying to heal over this situation. Okay, the Hangman for me can be a card about healing, taking time to pause and reflect. So rather than using the word in limbo, Taurus, I think that it's the hurt and the pain that you experienced via this individual here. Okay, whoever this individual, especially if it's an external factor that showed a liar who was seeing someone else, or somebody who was lying about a third-party situation. But I think that this, because I read this as you, the Magician in the reverse, this is you lacking the confidence right now in terms of love, because I think that you've been hurt. I think that you've been left disappointed. It might have been third party, because the root issue is you guys cutting somebody and their person out. Cutting the person out that you wanted, cutting the person you were involved with, cutting them out and giving up on the situation. Four of Cups in the reverse means to give up and move on. So I see you cutting somebody out and giving up here. And I think as a result of that, you guys have experienced a sense of relief that this situation is finally completely over with the Tower energy. Because the challenge was an Empress in the reverse. It might have been that this Emperor had another female. Empress reverse can be another person. Empress in the upright or Empress reverse can be the other woman. Okay, it might have been that this person was married to this individual, or this person didn't want to nurture the relationship because they were married, because it might have affected their status as the Emperor showing here. So you guys decide, I feel, around the next 6 months to take time out. You're not looking for love, because what you're trying to do is focus on yourself with this Four of Coins, and therefore the most likely outcome, I feel, Taurus, will be that there's no love so much. There's not true love coming in as yet, because you guys are trying to find time, Hanged Man, to slowly heal from the situation. Coming in though, you're going to experience a King of Pentacles in the reverse. And let's have a look at what this King of Pentacles in the reverse is. Yeah, there's a person coming in here. There's a person coming in and you're going to start dating this person. You're going to get to know them. You've got the Two of Cups. I'm not saying it's an out and out relationship, but be careful because the King is reversed. So I see there's a King of Pentacles coming in, somebody that you're either going to be building up a rapport with that Two of Cups, getting to know with the Two of Cups, start dating with the Two of Cups, and you're going to experience the Three of Cups coming in. And this is a good card. You're going to experience good times, joy, excitement with the Three of Cups energy showing up here, okay? But the Eight of Swords shows up here next door to it. I mean, it could be that there is a third-party situation that keeps you bound with that Eight of Swords from literally taking action with the Page of Swords energy. Okay, so who knows? Is this person involved with someone else? Because there's a Three of Cups individual. There's a Three of Cups situation. You're going to experience a Three of Cups. Okay, but there are going to be limitations here. I don't know whether there's limitations in communicating with this person. Okay, I think there is. I think you're going to experience a good time with this person, but I think that there's going to be limitations coming in, and I think that this is something to do with secrecy. I think there's limitations because this person's withholding information. Page of Swords can also show somebody withholding information, and that's because you come to realise there could be another individual with that High Priestess, or they might be hiding a secret from you. Okay, there's somebody coming in. They show as a King of Pentacles in the reverse for a reason. They're not necessarily looking for a stable relationship. This person might be very artificial, very superficial. They might be very money orientated. They might be very looks orientated. They might be very pleasure orientated. They're certainly not looking to settle down though for the simple reason that they're showing as a King in the reverse, a King of Pentacles reverse. You're going to be involved with this person. Okay, and I think you're going to have a good time with this person. I think you're going to have a lot of good time. A lot of good times with this individual over the, within the next 6 months. But I think that there's going to be limitations here. You're going to find that there are limitations with the Eight of Swords in communicating with this person. Because I think you're going to realise that this person's either got a secret individual around them, could be a Pisces person, or you come to realise with the Seven of Cups in the reverse that this person is hiding secrets from you with that High Priestess energy. Okay. They might also be hiding, it might not necessarily be a person, it might be that they're hiding that they are quite a complex individual. They might have been hiding a darker side to themselves with that King of Wands in the reverse. And I feel that with that, they're actually avoiding possibly telling you the truth with those energies. Because the Seven of Swords is to avoid, and the Eight of Swords is the truth. So I feel that this person is hiding the King of Wands in the reverse. Are they hiding that they're bisexual maybe? Are they hiding that they are, anything other than what they say they are? Because this is somebody who can be a switcher. This is a chameleon. And with the High Priestess, they might have been hiding with that High Priestess that they're the type of person who... But you come to realise that they've been hiding, that they're a switcher. 1 minute they're all right, the next minute they're not. And I think it's because they've been avoiding telling you the truth. You come to realise, I think, that they're hiding that they're a switcher, they're a chameleon. And they've been avoiding telling you the truth, I feel. That they're the type of person that's not in it. But it's weird because it can't be that you... The King of Pentacles shows up as a reversal for a reason, but you guys don't know that this person's a King of Pentacles in the reverse. Because I think if you knew that this person was a King of Pentacles in the reverse, Taurus, you'd have run a mile already. This person hides that they're a King of Pentacles. We see as the audience that this person is a King of Pentacles in the reverse. But when you meet this person, they'll probably put a very big... I think this person's going to put up a very big smoke screen. Okay, this is why you're getting to know this person. Okay, they might be, it might be that that they come across as being really exciting as a King of Pentacles in the reverse. They might have a flash car, or they might have male or female, or they might have loads of money, or they might be a snappy dresser, and you like to get to know them here. And you're going to have really good times. But I think that there's going to be restrictions in communication. You're also going to be feeling very worried because you feel that this person's keeping things from you. Page of Swords in the reverse. It might also be that you're feeling very worried and very anxious as well for some of you guys. Because I feel that this person with the Page of Swords, they might not call you that often, or they might withhold information from you. But you're going to realise that this person's been holding information, that they are a very complex character. Okay, that they are a switcher, they're a chameleon, they're not all that they said they were. And they've been avoiding telling you this with the Ace of Swords. It depends on what they're hiding in terms of being that King of Wands in the reverse. Your hopes are for a King of Cups. So really you're hoping for somebody who is emotionally available, somebody who's supportive, and somebody who's kind. Okay, yeah, there you go. You're hoping for a King of Cups. You're hoping for somebody, a really loving, kind, male or female, very supportive, who wants to be in a loving relationship and who you can build a life with. But I think the outcome from this individual, whoever they are, Taurus, is this Four of Wands in the reverse. I don't see you building a life with this person with that Four of Wands in the reverse, okay? I see a great deal of unhappiness that's going to bring some pressures and struggles to you. Okay, I see that this relationship, the overall outcome is this relationship doesn't end that well. Four of Wands in the reverse. It's not going to end in the way that you want it to. With the Four of Wands, you're not going to have the happy ever after with the Four of Wands in the reverse, bringing some struggles with that Ten of Wands in the reverse. There is love coming in with a person. The problem is it's just not for you at the potential time. And it's saying here the most likely outcome for true love coming in so far based on this area here is that you are needing to heal from this. I see the Hangman as being a healing card. So you can look at the light coming from the person's face. There's been hurt here, but this person is going to take time out to heal. It will be time before you heal and the right love comes in. This is just an interim thing, I think, coming in for some of you single Taurians. I think it's just an interim thing. We're going to get this reading again, very interesting. Remember, this could either be that you had a liar who was concealing, there was a third party situation, or who was, lying to you about maybe a partner, a wife, a husband, whatever it is. But I read this as you see. Magician reverse would be somebody, if it's you are feeling a lack of confidence in yourself. You're feeling a lack of a spark, a lack of energy here. And I think it's because you've been hurt. The Three of Swords, there might have been sorry if you guys can't see that properly. Might have been a third party situation, or you've been deeply hurt in a relationship. The reason that this is happening is because I think that you had to cut out a relationship. It's either somebody cut you out and gave up on the relationship, or you had to cut them out. Could have been third party with that Five of Swords and gave up on the relationship, moved on. I think that you guys with the Nine of Wands in the reverse, you feel a sense of relief that finally the truth is out with the Tower energy here, that finally this situation is over. Because your challenge is either dealing with a woman and a man and his wife, or a wife and her man. Or you're dealing with this Empress in the reverse, a very cold clinical individual who is very difficult to change. You might be dealing with a very cold clinical individual who's married, for example, or a very cold clinical individual who is very rooted. They're very stagnant in their opinions and they refuse to change. It might be you're dealing with a very clinical individual who has a very important status, a very important role in life, and they can't deviate from that concerning you. As a result of that, I feel the energies around you for love in the next 6 months is you guys not really looking for love. Three of Coins in the reverse. While I feel that you actually start to focus on yourself with the Four of Coins in the reverse. I see you kind of blocking love out here. And I feel as a result of those energies, the most likely outcome, Taurus, will be the Ten of Swords. While you guys are hurting here, but you'll be taking time to overcome that and heal from that. However, in comes King. This isn't you. This is a King of Pentacles in the reverse. This is another person. So this could be a fellow Taurus. This could be another earth sign, or it doesn't have to be. It's just somebody, simply somebody who's not into they're not looking for a stable relationship. This is somebody who's got some very high opinions. This is somebody who is looking for Mr. or Miss World. This is somebody who can be very superficial. This is somebody who's looking for sex, just wants pleasure. This is somebody who's very financially or money orientated, and it's somebody that you're going to be getting to know here. Somebody's looking, I think, for a superficial relationship. This King of Pentacles superficial, and the Two of Cups relationship. So I think you're going to meet a King of Pentacles in the reverse, and you're going to get to know this individual with the Two of Cups. You're going to start dating them, talking to them, drinking with them, getting to know who they are, building up a rapport with that Two of Cups. I think you're going to have a good time with this individual, Taurus, but I do feel that there are going to be some limitations in terms of communication. And I think that for some of you guys, if you're not hearing from this person as much, it might be that you discover with that Seven of Cups that there's either another individual that this person's been moonlighting with that King of Wands energy in the reverse, and they've been avoiding telling you the truth. Or it'll be that this, you'll have a good time, but the Eight of Swords. Okay, so the Eight of Swords is that you're not sure, you're confused because this person's communication with you They're either not communicating that much with you, or they're saying stuff that doesn't seem right. And I think you're going to come to know that this person's been hiding as well, that they're a very complex character. They might be overly dominant, overly domineering as a character with that King of Wands energy, and they've been avoiding telling you the truth. They might have anger issues with the King of Wands in the reverse energy, because can be an overly angry person, and they've been avoiding Seven of Swords, telling you the truth with the Ace of Swords. You guys are looking for Mr. or Mrs. Right. You're looking for the kind-hearted, loving, supportive male or female who you'll be able to develop a long-term relationship with. The outcome from this person that some of you guys will meet in the next 6 months is showing the Four of Wands in the reverse. It doesn't end happily, and there's no marriage and no engagement, and this might bring, you know, instability as well, and unhappiness might bring pressure to the relationship. Okay, also if this person decides to move or leave or go somewhere, Four of Wands in the reverse means to move or leave, it might bring some pressures in the relationship going forward as well. Okay. It's going to bring pressures in you guys, I feel, building a complete relationship with that Ten of Cups. But you've got 2 10s in the outcome, so I feel that this could also change, maybe, potentially. You know, you never know. Maybe there could be some changes and it could bring victory in, you know, because you've got 2 10s. You do have 2 10s here, and 10s mean changes in the tarot. Okay, so it might be that, you know, the outcome is unhappiness, but there is going to be a change. After this unhappiness, there's going to be a change here that brings in victory with that Six of Wands. Okay, it might be, who knows, a Leo person that you happen to move on with, or it might be that this change, these pressures, these struggles with those 2 10s sitting there, is going to bring a new phase of victory for you, as you recognise here that you need to have the strength to move on as well for some of you guys from this situation. There is somebody coming in, but I don't think it's going to end well. I do think somebody will come in for you, Taurians, who are single, but I think that it's either that you are going to develop something going forward with this person, you've just got a lot of battles to overcome, or it won't be this person you develop something with, it will be somebody else, and you'll just have the strength to move on from the situation. Alright, that is your reading, guys, for love, for single Taurians over the next 6 months. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. Have a great day, and I will speak to you guys real soon. Remember to check out the How Does He or She Feel About Me reading, that's up as well. And yeah, have a great time. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.